Hi! So, let me show you a couple of positions that you can use in your sitting meditation. Now, the big advantage of having a position that you stick with is that your body will learn that as soon as you get into that position, it's time to relax deeply. And so you'll be able to do this very quickly. Okay, let's have a look at the positions. Okay, so to start, make sure that you have some comfortable clothing. I usually have something that's long sleeved, and I have my meditation socks on me, fluffy, comfortable little socks, so that I won't freeze during my meditation. Now, the first position to consider is just sitting straight on a chair, but we're not going to look at that too much. A variation of that is sitting on the floor. Now, if you wanted to do that, I would suggest two things. Number one, to make sure that you don't collapse, have a pillow behind your lower back. So this will hold your lower back, but at the same time, you shouldn't be resting your head or your upper back against anything. It's just a little bit of support for your lower back. Now, even in this position, a lot of people still have a little bit short hamstrings. So, to make it more comfortable, you would put a pillow underneath your knees. Now you have support in the back, and you also have support right here. And in this position, you can stay fairly upright without having to work at it too much. So this is the first position. Another position to consider is sitting cross-legged. There's a couple of things about that. So, most people, when they sit cross-legged, they tend to sit something like this. Now, their legs, their feet are very far away from their body. And in this position, very often, also because of short muscles, they cannot sit straight. Instead, they tend to stay here. So this would actually be a very hard position to meditate from. So, number one, try and bring your feet into your body. So they will actually be a little bit underneath your legs. So that's number one. Not everyone will be able to get them all the way to the body, but do as far as you can. Number two is, in order to help with this position, what you can do is you can try to put your pelvis forward, and you do that by sitting on a pillow. So when you sit on a pillow, it's much easier, but it may take more than one pillow, so just test it out for yourself and see where you're comfortable. Now, there's an interesting thing about this position. Have a look. If I sit without any pillows, I have my legs close to my body, you still see that I have a little bit of room between my knees and the floor. But look what happens if I sit on a pillow. Sit on one pillow, the room has diminished, and then as I sit on two pillows, wow, now I have a stable basis. So I have 3 points. And these 3 points are very good, stable, a very good and stable support for me. So this, by sitting on pillows, you not only manage to get a straight back, but you also get a very stable support. Now, in time, as you meditate, you may want to try to go more and more towards a lotus position. So after a while, you might want to put one of your feet up on top. And you can do that whenever you're comfortable with it. Then, after some time, you may try and put the other one up. The lotus position is a very comfortable position because you can relax profoundly and you have a very stable base for your meditation. Now the problem is that for most people this will be a little bit hurtful for the legs and the knees, especially in the beginning. So it's not something that I would recommend for everyone. Instead, I would recommend sitting, trying to sit cross-legged, taking your legs in towards your body, sitting on the pillows, and there you might find a good position for yourself. And in this position, you should be able to have your head balanced, so that you're not so let me show you. So make sure that when you're sitting here, your head is not in front of your body. Instead, your head should be balanced on top. Now most of us spend most of our days with our head a little bit in front of the body. So you want to make sure that you're sitting straight and that your head is actually above your shoulders. And there you will find a position where you can actually balance your head without using too much muscle power to stay. And that is the position that you want to stay in. When you're straight like this, you're going to notice that you'll be able to breathe better. So in the beginning of our meditation, we usually do 3 deep breaths where we use our stomach first. So when we breathe in, we don't have any movement here in the beginning. It's only the stomach that moves, and then in the end, also the upper part fills. And then we stop, and we breathe out slowly. You will notice that these exercises are much easier to do if you have found the proper alignment. And the proper alignment is also the one where you can relax. But in order to find it, you may need to experiment with pillows, or you may want to try and sit in a chair or sit with your legs fairly straight. They will be a little bit bent for most people. So I hope that this will help you in finding a good meditating position. And once you find it, stick with it, because in just a matter of a few weeks, you're going to notice that you'll be able to go into deep relaxation very quickly, just as soon as you get into your meditating position.